I would like you to put the loops around your feet. And then you're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Okay, so we are going to be using the bar all the way through the workout, but for the warm up, we're just going to relax the arms, taking the tension off the straps. I'm going to turn, oops, I've lost my loop. I'm going to turn side on, as you can see, so that you can see my movement clearly. Okay, I would like you to imagine your shoulder blades, your lower back against a wall. We're going to soften the knees and we're going to slide our spine down that imaginary wall. And then we're going to slide up the wall. So we're trying not to push our tailbone out. It's not a squat. We're working on that ankle flexion. So we bend at the knees and hips, feeling that challenge. I can feel it through the front of the foot. I can feel it going up into my shin as I really focus on trying to bend those knees, but without that hinge forward. We're just going to go for 2 more. So just remember, this is just your warm up. Okay, it's just going to take a couple of minutes and then we're going to get into the workout. Okay, you're going to do that again. You're going to slide down the wall. Then we're going to take a big inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to start to lower your chin to your chest. And then we're going to imagine peeling our spine away from the wall that we've just been pressing against. And we're going to flex our spine and roll down. So I don't know why, when I roll down, I always close my eyes. You don't have to. It can really challenge your balance. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out as you restack your spine. So one vertebra on top of the other. So we're gradually lifting, lengthening the spine as we come all the way up, lengthen the legs. So I do know actually why I close my eyes. I feel that it helps me to really focus more on how my body's moving. So it blocks out the distractions and I can focus on that movement of my spine. So as I'm rolling down now, the arms are heavy, head's heavy, and I'm drawing my belly button up towards my spine. Breathing in and then breathing out to roll all the way up. We're going to roll up and we're going to restack our spine and lengthen the legs. Well done. So we're taking the hands slightly wider on the bar now, long spine. So I'm engaging here in my center, drawing my navel in towards my spine. So we're going to start with a hinge. We hinge at the hips. We soften the knees, drive the hips back, core engaged. Stand tall, press the bar to the ceiling. Slowly come down and reach and press as you come up. So try and keep that movement flowing. So as I'm coming up, the arms are lifting. As I'm coming down, the hands are lowering. And again, and then just be mindful as you come down that we're pressing those knees out nice and wide. Well done. So you breathe in on the way down, breathe out and press. So I'm going to show you what we don't want. As you push that bar to the ceiling, we don't want that back arching, that navel, that belly button pressing forward. So think about a long spine. So although as we squat, we're thinking about, okay, I'm using my quads, my glutes. I want you to think about that stability here in your center. Well done. You're going to go for 2 more. And press. And 1 more. And press. Bring the bar to your chest. Squat low here. So I know you're going to lose that tension. Okay. So we stay nice and low. Little pulses. How we're doing. Relax your shoulders. You're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1 and come all the way up. Well done. So now I want you to lift the bar and place it across your shoulders. So I'm just going to turn here so you can see. So it's across the back of my shoulders. It's not resting against my neck. Okay, and again. So we're going to squat down. We're going to stand tall. Squeeze your glutes. We're going to pick up the pace. So you're coming down slowly, stand and squeeze. And as I lift, bring the hips back to neutral. What I'm not doing again is pressing those hips forward. We don't need to do that. Lengthen Open up through the front of the hips here. Lift here, squeeze here. Keep going. Well done. We're going to go 4. And you're going to go for 3. Awesome. Well done. And 2. And last 1. Well done. We're going to step forwards, come near to the top of our mat. Okay, so my feet are slightly narrower than hip distance now. We're going to soften both knees, and then I'm doing a hinge forward. So I've not rounded my spine here, keeping that long spine, keeping connected into my center. Okay, we're going to step 1 foot back, and this is going to challenge your balance, okay? So keep a bend in that front knee, and we're going to lift the back leg. So breathe out, reach. So imagine you're reaching those toes, trying to touch the bottom of the mat. Well done. And we're going to go 4. Well done. And 3. So think about how you're using the foot, the standing leg on the floor. That's it. Use those toes. Well done. Pause here. Pulse, pulse, pulse. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring that foot down. Stand tall. So it's normal to get a burn in that standing leg. Trust me. Okay, I definitely had a little bonfire going on then. Okay, so we are going to slide down that imaginary wall. Hinge forward, okay? So keeping the neck long, try not to drop the head. Your head, okay? Extend the leg. Take your time. Find your balance, okay? Softly point the foot. Lift and lower. And lift and lower. Well done. Keep going. So as I lift, I'm trying to keep the leg straight. If the leg's straight, we're going to be able to engage our glutes as we lift. If we bend at the knee, we're going to switch that hamstring off. We're not going to feel that work in our glute. Well done. You've got 1 more to go. Pause. Now pulse. So draw your navel in towards your spine. Keep that long spine. Well done. We've got, whoop, she's wobbling. Okay, we've got 3, 2, 1, and step in and stand. Yes, okay. We're going to take the bar overhead. Well done. So I'm going to come into the center of the mat here. Okay, so we're going to be shifting our weight from both hips over to one side. We're going to raise the leg out to the side. We're going to squat in the center. We're going to shift. We're going to lift. We're going to lower. Okay, join in when you're ready. So I'm leaning over, but I'm not bending. So I'm still trying to keep that long spine. Think about lifting up, raise the leg, foot comes down, down, stand, shift, and lift. So it really helps with balance if you can focus on a spot in front of you. And I also want you to breathe. Okay, so if you hold your breath, it's going to make any kind of balancing you're doing so much more challenging. So try and stay nice and relaxed. And lift. Well done. And lower. And we shift. Find our balance. Lift. Well done. Lower. How are we doing? Okay. And you're going to go 1 more. So we've done even numbers. That's what we want. So you've done the same number of reps on each side. Okay, we're going to come down. We're going to do 4 little pulses. 1, 2, well done. Relax your shoulders. 3, 4. You're going to stand tall. We're going to hinge. We're going to lift the leg. We're going to go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and hold here. Little pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down. Slowly come down and we're going 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly up, shift over, take your time. Balance can be very different from one side to the other. So I'm thinking about pressing that leg up and away. I can't look at the camera. I've got that spot in front of me that I'm staring at. lift and pulse. 4, 3, nearly there. 2, 1, foot comes down. Bring the arms down, shrug those shoulders, roll them round. Well done, relax, look straight ahead. Slowly turn your head to one side. Slowly turn to the other side. And center. Lower your chin towards your chest. Roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Tip your nose up to the ceiling, round to the left, chin to chest. And then slowly change direction. Lifting your head in the center. Draw the bar up again. Sorry, I just need to adjust this here. So we're just going to repeat that round of 4 of each exercises one more time, okay? So we're going to come down first, relax those shoulders, lift up here. Well done, crown of the head to the ceiling. So then we drive the hips back and press. So lightly connecting into the glutes as I come up and stand tall. Well done. And one more time. So I'm shifting over. I'm going to lift and lower. Breathe out. Well done. Yes, you are doing so well. Try and remember to breathe. Keep the shoulders relaxed, core engaged. Raise the leg up and pulse and pulse. And 2 more. Well done. Foot comes down. We're going to squat in the middle. So we're down and up and down and up. Well done, nearly there. One more. Come up, shift over, take your time, trying to keep the bar as level as you can. Try not to twist it like this. So there's lots of things we're trying not to do, and all we can do is try our best. So I always say to clients, we're looking for progress. That's what we're looking for, not perfection. Okay, we are all a work in progress. Okay, be kind to yourself and celebrate what you are doing, what you are able to do. And there's always going to be things that we need to work on. Okay, you're doing amazing. So we're going to come down onto the mat. So I'm going to keep the straps around my feet. Okay, I'm going to turn side on. Should you want to put a cushion under your knees or roll your mat over to give yourself more protection, then by all means do. Okay, so we're just going to play around with the position of our hands here, okay? So I'm going to raise the bar up in front of me. And as I raise that bar up, I'm trying not to let those ribs flare here. So bring your hips to neutral. Draw your navel in towards your spine, okay? So then you are going to start to bend the elbows. So the elbows stay high. Think about hiding the bar behind you. But try not to press your head forwards. Lengthen, lift the crown of your head to the ceiling and reach. So we bend and extend. And then the reason I said we'd play around with the position of our hands is you might need to take your hands just a little bit wider. And press. So can you see that my elbows stay high? So as I do this, I'm not dropping those elbows down and then lifting up here. So the movement's coming from below the elbow, the hands lower, and press and go for 2 more. Starting to feel that burn in the triceps, and press and down. And just in case you weren't sure, these are your triceps, okay? Biceps, triceps are actually a bigger muscle than your biceps, okay? So now I want you to bring the bar to your chest, take your hands wide, okay? So I'm resting it higher than my chest actually, so just below my collarbone. So again, lengthen the spine, lift up. So you're gonna keep the elbows down here, and we're gonna turn together. So as I rotate now, I'm going to the right, and I'm almost thinking of my right hip rotating in the opposite direction. Try not to let the hips move. Focus purely on that rotation of your spine. So sometimes if we do this exercise and we have got our arms out wide to the side, then the arms seem to do more of the movement than our center. You're going to keep moving. So as I turn here, if I let the hips move a lot, I'm losing a lot of the work here, and we're focusing on that rotation in your spine. So think of the ribs, keep going, the hips are still and stable. Imagine my hands on your hips and you're focusing on this work here and back to center. Okay, we're gonna do a few more. Okay, so try not to press the bar against your collarbone or against your chest. You're just resting it. That's it. You're going to keep thinking about growing taller, spiraling up towards the ceiling. So I'm having to think about engaging my glutes, so lightly connecting into my glutes to help me to stabilize my hips. Well done. And we twist again. And center. And last one. So just make sure you're evening up those numbers. You've done the same on both sides. You're going to come back to the middle. Okay, we're going to come down to a 4-point kneeling position. And I am fully aware, because I find it uncomfortable, if you're resting your hands on here, it can be really uncomfortable on your wrists because of the degree of flexion, and the bar can be quite hard. Okay, so I've been experimenting with this, and what we're going to do today is you're going to place the bar so it's more or less underneath your shoulders, and then just careful, because you don't want this to hit you, place one hand underneath it. Okay, and now that is just literally resting on my hand. Okay, you want your knees underneath your hips, and then I'm just going to gently put this hand on here just to keep this in place. Okay, so I'm not having to press down, and I'm not squashing this hand on the mat. So then I'm going to find my long spine. So how do I do that? So we're going to tuck and tilt our pelvis. So working through that range of movement. If you want to really exaggerate this, we're going to lift, lift, lift. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Press the middle of your back to the ceiling. Then start to move from your hips. Think about lowering your chest, your navel towards the mat, lifting your head, nose to ceiling. And you're going to go one more time. Lift. Pause, breathe in and breathe out. Ripple through. And then you're going to find that midpoint between that tuck and tilt to find your long neutral spine. Think about the neck, I can't speak, neck lengthening, crown of your head reaching forward, and then just adjust this hand so it's comfortable, so you're holding this in place. Okay, so knees hip distance, slide your left leg down the mat, and then we're going to raise that leg up to about hip height. Now if I take that leg too high, look what happens with my back. So that is not the aim. The aim is not to get the leg as high as we can. The aim is to keep connected here, spine in a neutral position, and we're going to lower this leg and we're going to lift the leg. And as I lift the leg, I'm thinking about lengthening the leg, reaching. So it's like the toes are trying to reach to the wall behind me. Well done. Keep thinking about the crown of the head reaching forwards. And you're going to go for 2 more, and you're going to go for 1 more, and lift. So now I sweep that leg down, it comes across, and I slowly lift, press and lift. Well done. So I lower, and I imagine when I'm lifting that I'm pressing into something. So in my head, I always imagine like a big marshmallow or a big ball of cotton wool, and I'm pressing into it. So it's something that moves, but there's just a little bit of resistance there. So this leg is really feeling this work now, this glute. Well done, this is your last one. And lower, and lift. And ooh, that was spicy. Okay, so just a quick maneuver here now. So you want to take the band behind you on this side, okay? And then we're going to come down onto the mat, so the bottom knee is bent, and I'm thinking about my back, spine, I should say, lower back, spine, shoulder, lining up with the back of the mat. Okay. And then I'm going to come and lie down. And I'm not pressing down on the bar here. So there's a little arch under my armpit and the bar is resting there. Just bear with me as I place my hand here. Okay, so we're going to lift the leg and lower and lift. So you can add more resistance by pushing the bar further away. Well done. So you want the bar to stay still. And as I look down, that leg is in line with my spine. So the leg's not forward here as I lift and lower. Drawing it back, hips in a neutral position. And again, think about reaching away with the leg with the toes. Yes, well done. And then just be mindful. I'm just going to show you this hip. We don't want that hip to roll back. So hip stays in a neutral position. Well done. And lift and lower. Well done. Okay, you're going to lift and pause. And then we're going to draw 5 little circles. I'm closing my eyes because I'm really starting to feel that burn. So don't speed up at this point. That's what always happens. Okay, pause, go 5 in the opposite direction. Press the leg back, lift and forward. And 3 and 2. Ooh, spicy. And last 1. And have a rest. And then we'll do that magic rub that makes it all okay, if only. And then there's a little bit of a maneuver going on here. So just bear with me. Just take your time. Be careful. We're going to spin ourselves round on the mat. Okay. So I've got the strap still around my feet. Okay, and what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Okay, so we are going to place this behind us. Aha, no we're not. So what are we going to be doing now? So we're going to cross the straps over by turning the bar around here. Okay, so we are going to extend the legs. Just watch the straps because you don't want to come off your feet. Okay, and then I want you to find those sit bones underneath you and have a little wiggle. And try and sit up as much as you can. So I know that can be really uncomfortable, especially when the legs are straight, if your hip flexors are tight, or if your posture, your lower back tends to be more rounded here. So you can always bend your knees to help you to lift up. Otherwise, we're going to be here. Okay, so you're going to have the hands wide. You're going to rest the bar across your front, so just below your collarbone. And then what I want you to do is think about lifting up. And then we're going to hinge back. Can you see my spine? I'm not dropping into this. This is really challenging. So make sure those toes are pressing away so that the band doesn't go sliding off your feet. So it's a really small hinging movement. Keep the neck long. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, lift up, lift up. Okay, you're going to go for 2 more here. Hinge. So as I go back, just to explain, I'm pulling in here. I'm not rounding, I'm pulling in and we lift up. Okay, now we're going to hinge back and we're going to round our spine. So we hinge and we're going to roll and tuck here and then roll back up onto our sit bones and lift up. So we hinge to where we can draw that navel in towards your spine. So coming into that curve, roll up, lift up, hinge, hinge, hinge. Well done. Keep going. That's it. Hinge, not hinge, curve, and roll all the way up. And this is your last one. So legs are pressing away, drawing those ribs down. Well done. Start to tuck under here and roll up and lift. Well done. Okay, we're going to roll down together. So we're going to bend our knees on the Well done. So they are challenging. You did really well. So now we're going to go into a roll back. So what I would like you to do is to bring the bar to your chest. And we are all going to bend our knees, press those feet wide, and then flex your feet so toes are to the ceiling. Don't worry too much about the position of the bar here, because you're going to be lifting the straps. Don't worry too much about the straps against your legs, because when we roll back, we're going to be pressing the bar to the ceiling. So the straps are going to come away from your knees, shins anyway. Okay, so I've got my hands shoulder width apart now. So I want you to just rest the bar again against your chest, and then inhale and tuck and come into your C curve. So draw your navel in towards your spine, and we're going to start to roll back off those sit bones. Don't worry about the bands on your knees. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to press the bar up towards the ceiling. Make sure those knees are pressing out wide. In fact, let's externally rotate. You're going to bring the bar down, and then you're going to press to the ceiling. We're breathing in, keep that chin tucked down, and breathing out. So if you're going to keep moving, if you're really feeling it in your quads here, I want you to draw in here and curl up a little bit more. Press, well done. So we're not expecting those arms to go to vertical. I want you to just think about lifting, 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 finding that tension on the straps and lower. We're going to go for 2 more. Really feeling this work in my core. And press and pause here. Well done. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Walk those feet closer together. Keep the arms reaching up. And we're going to slowly roll down together sequentially. Well done. Walk your feet up the mat. Awesome, and relax. Great work. Okay, be careful now. You're going to lift your feet off the mat, and we're going to uncross those straps. Well done. So bring your feet back down and just settle yourself, finding your neutral spine. Okay, we are going to lift the feet away from the mat. Okay, I want you to have your heels together, turn the toes out, and the knees will naturally go wider. Okay, and then we're going to think about curling up, pressing the bar to the ceiling. So back of the ribs heavy on the mat, navel towards your spine. Big breath in. You're going to curl up, chin to chest, lift the chest, press the arms to the ceiling. And then I want you to think about pressing those legs away and draw those knees in, heels stay together. Press the legs out. So my hands are nice and wide on the bar. I'm going to lift up as much as I can, keeping those ribs heavy on the mat, keeping your lower back down on the mat. Now then, if this is feeling particularly challenging, take the legs to more of a vertical position. If you're feeling particularly strong and stable, then you can press the legs out on more of a diagonal, almost to that horizontal position. So as you press the legs away, if you feel that your lower back is arching or lifting, then change the position of the legs. You're nearly there. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, and last one, press out. Slowly pull in, bring the bar down. Well done. And rest your feet on the mat. Awesome. Okay, so really feeling that work in my center and in the shoulders. Okay, just need to adjust my leggings, my zip. Okay, and then you're going to walk the legs down the mat. So you can see that I've still got neutral spine. I have flexed the feet. I'm pressing my toes to the ceiling, and I've got a little bend in my knees. So that then as I press those heels down, I can feel connected through that posterior chain. I can feel those hamstrings firing up. Okay, shoulders nice and, collarbone nice and wide, shoulders relaxed. Take a breath in. We're going to curl up together. So I'm lifting my head, lifting my chest, curl up. Now then, we're going to press the arms to the ceiling. So just adjust those ribs if you need to. Well done. So you're going to bring that bar down towards you and press it to the ceiling. If you can press it further back here, nice tight grip, that's great. It comes down and press and lift. Alternatively, you're going to press up to the ceiling or press forwards and pull it back in. Press, pull it back in. So you choose the position of the arms. We're going to go for 3. So keeping the back of the ribs heavy. And 2. So really feeling that work in my center. And last one. Well done. Slowly roll down. Awesome work. Well done. So I'm going to get you to cross. I need to lift my feet up. The bar over and then take your feet down. So I've got the band in between my knees. Okay. So you can fully extend the legs if you want to. You can have a bend at the knees. Okay, we're going to try and roll up together. If this is not for you today, don't force it. I want you to roll onto your side and then come and join us in a seated position. So we're going to lift the bar up and we're going to start to press forwards here. And we're going to slowly keep the arms lifted, lift all the way up to a seated position. Bring the bar down. Well done. So then we are going to uncross the bar and we are going to swing our legs round and we're going to come back to a kneeling position. Okay, so back onto high knees. So just leave your bar there for a moment. Okay, you're going to kneel up. So you're going to lift the shoulders up, roll them back, roll them down and forwards. And we're going to go 3 and 2 and 1. Well done. And then we're going to move our heads. So trying to release any tension from our neck. So rolling your right ear towards that right shoulder, nose to ceiling, left ear, left shoulder, chin to chest. And one more time. That feels so good. In the opposite direction. And slowly down. Well done. So I hadn't forgotten. Did you think I had? So we're going to go to a 4-point kneeling position, working the opposite leg. Okay, so just bear with me. So you're going to have your right hand on the mat and you've got the bar resting against the back of your wrist. And then I'm going to place this hand just where it's comfortable, just to help me position and hold the bar in place. And then when you're ready, you've got that neutral spine that we talked about, pelvic floor engaged. And then we're sliding the right leg this time down the mat. So as I extend that leg, just watch that that right hip hasn't dropped. We're going to lift the leg, reach, keeping that focus on that neutral spine, crown of your head reaching forward. So these are lovely, slow, controlled and considered movements. So as I'm moving, I'm thinking about what should be moving and what I don't want to be moving. Okay, so there's more happening than just this leg lifting and lowering, as I'm sure you can feel in your own bodies. Well done. And lift and pause. So then we slowly lower that leg, bring it down, and then raise it up and imagine pressing it into something soft. So there's just a little bit of resistance as you lift here. And then I want you to scan your body. I want you to think about your spine and your core and draw your belly button in and up towards your spine. You've got one more to go. We're going to lift and we're going to hold. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that was rather fabulous. Okay, so we're going to lie on our left side. So just watch this strap behind you. Okay, so it's great because we're going to use the mat. So we get the right alignment. So my lower back is near the back of the mat. Hips are stacked. I'm going to come and lie down on my side. And I'm resting the bar just underneath this armpit. And then I'm going to press this leg back. so that that leg, see I can lower the bar down here to reduce the tension, so that this leg is now in line with my body, with my spine, okay. So I press the leg up and down, well done. So slow and controlled, okay. So what we want is the shoulders stacked and the hips stacked. Okay, and we lift and lower. So if I allow this top hip to roll back, I can get that leg so much higher. That's not the aim of the exercise. So I want the hip in a neutral position here. And as I lift, we're working into our glute med here. So it's a very lazy glute muscle that it's hard to activate, and I'm sure you can feel it activating as we do this. So we lift. So again, think about pressing into something as you lift. Well done. And lift. Awesome. And one more time. Lift. Pause. So we pause at hip height, and then we're going to do those leg circles. Press back. Yes. Well done. And again. So we did 5 in one direction and 5 in the other. Okay, and switch. 1, 2, ooh, we're nearly there. 3, 4, keep going, keep going, keep going, and 5. Ooh, and a bit of love, a bit of a hug here. Okay, we're gonna come back up. We are nearly there. You've done amazing. Okay, so we're gonna come on to high knees. Have a cushion under your knees if you would like. So hands just slightly wider than shoulders, and then press the bar to the ceiling. So draw your navel in towards your spine, find that neutral spine. We're gonna bend. I'm gonna bring my hands a little bit narrower and press. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, well done. So still focusing on those triceps and press. Yes, you're gonna go for 4 and 3 and 2. Yes, well done. And last one. Brilliant. Bring the bar down, take the hands wide, and we're gonna grow taller as we turn and rotate. Well done. Come back to the center and round to the opposite side. Trying to keep the hips as still as you can. Oh, well done. One more. So we've done the same on both sides. And back to center. I want you to bring the bar down. I want you to bring your hands onto the mat. Okay, we're gonna lift up. We're gonna tuck our chin to our chest. We're gonna round our spine. So as you come into this C curve, press the hands into the mat. Okay, glue your belly button up towards your spine and just start to rock back, keep that curve. And as you come forwards, bring in the shoulders over the hands, try and really lift in your center. And rock back. And lift. Ooh, well done, so good. And one more time. And lift, yes. Come back to neutral. Slowly come all the way up. Place your left hand behind your head, elbows wide, okay? Right hand down the side of your thigh. And we're just gonna stretch. So we're going into our side bend. That left elbow's lifting up. The right hand's reaching to the floor. Pause. Press your head into that hand. Hold here. And then a big breath out, lift up. And just switching sides, take your time. So the ribs are lifting on this side away from the hip. That elbow's driving up to the ceiling. And your opposite hand's lifting to the lowering to the floor. Draw your navel in and up and come all the way up. You're going to take the straps from around your feet. We're going to slowly come up to a standing position, and we're going to finish with our ragdoll. Okay, so we're going to reach to the ceiling, and then we're going to sweep those arms down and then lift up. So just let your body move Let the movement flow. We've got 3, we've got 2, and we've got 1 more. And relax. You've done. Awesome. So I felt that. I felt that in my quads, in my core, in my shoulders. Oh, it was great, and thank you. It's